You ever feel like life is just kind of passing you by? Like the life that you're living right now isn't the one that you envisioned for yourself when you were younger. And this really kind of isn't the best feeling to sit in, especially if you're somebody who feels like you're destined for greatness, but at the same time, you're not living it. You're living in mediocrity, right? The promises that you keep to yourself, the things that you say to yourself that you're going to do, you don't end up doing. I myself told myself I was going to go to the gym today. I start the day by writing big to-do lists that I don't usually end up getting done. And I sit there and I look at other people living their life, and I keep asking myself the simple question, why is it that I'm not doing the same? And if you're in this kind of a position, then it's really important that me and you both think about this, right? What is it about living the life that you envisioned that seems like it's not safe for you to step into yet? You know? I've been realizing this, like, just by living my life. As I live and I continuously progress in my years, I care less and less and less about what other people think and what other people do. I mean, I'm still a human being, and I definitely have moments where I'm really comparing myself to other people. Let's not get that fucking twisted. But at the same time, the thing which really sticks with me now is I don't want to live a life of regret. And for me, what regret looks like is leaving something on the table, right? My time is the asset that I have the most of, but each opportunity that I have with this time that I do have, I feel like I'm not utilizing it, right? I feel like I've been convincing myself of this lie that somewhere along the lines, not fully diving in or not fully saying yes to something, right, was the right choice to make. Right, I'm reading this book called The Alchemist, and a lot of you have probably read it before. If you're still watching this part of the video, that's fucking awesome. It means that you have an attention span beyond most people. However, the greatest lie that this, the king of Salem was telling the shepherd boy was that most people convince themselves that at some point in their life, that their life is now, in the hands of fate, right? That there is no such thing as free will anymore. It's that this is my life and this is how it's gonna be. And just the thought of that frustrates me to like the nth fucking degree, dude. Like, I can't even imagine a life that isn't lived on my own terms. But I don't have to imagine it. I'm currently living it. And that's the thing which gets me, man. Right? That's the thing which frustrates me. It's like, dude, God created you and fashioned you with infinite potential, and he puts this desire inside of your heart so that you can actualize it and materialize it. But you're not using it. Why? Maybe it's because of the fear that you're not gonna, make things work out. Maybe it's because, you're afraid to commit to something all the way. Maybe it's because you're like the people in The Alchemist who they've just convinced themselves that this is fate, right? And there's nothing more. I don't want to live like that. Like, if I make myself a promise, I want to keep that promise, right? If I say to myself, I'm gonna go to the gym, right? And the gym closes at 9 and it's 8:50. I run my ass to the gym and I get a 1-minute workout. I don't give a flying fuck. I promised myself that I would do it, and I'm gonna do it, right? And it extends beyond me just saying this and then kind of coming back a couple months later, then saying the same message, because this has already happened. 6-7 months ago when I was in Buenos Aires, I was walking around the city and I made a video that performed really well, only to fall back into the same trap. And there's only so many times that you can fall in the same hole before you realize that you're really one clumsy motherfucker. But for me now, like, it's not about doing it so that, I can have this thing or have 1,000 subscribers or have this much money in the bank. All that stuff is gonna happen. It's gonna happen because God put the desire for it to happen in my heart and my intentions are pure. But the real reason why I want to do it this time around is because I don't want to leave anything on the table. When I picked up a camera 6 years ago, that was one of the best decisions that I ever made. Even though it was super inconsistent, and I've seen so many people that I know who had a fraction of the potential or the talent or like the intellect that I thought I had at the time, they still made it work because they persisted. And at some point, I'm gonna have to learn, and maybe you are gonna too. You're gonna have to learn as well, that persistence carries as much in weight as potential. And living a life just knowing that you have potential doesn't make the potential come to pass. I have a couple of things that I need to figure out right now, right? Like, for example, like, I have a lot of self-doubt, I have a lot of limiting beliefs. I I have a lot of stories that I told myself. And maybe up until this point in my life, I was believing the lie that this is the fate that I live, right? Being somebody who was burdened by his own potential, but never courageous enough to realize it. But today that changes. And maybe it changes for you too, because you're still watching this video and it's about 5 minutes and you're being bombarded with shorts and other videos and all these kinds of things, right? The desire for me to really leave nothing on the table, like that is what a life fully lived means to me, right? Like I want to look back and at 40 and 50 years old and see thousands of videos that I get to watch. Like if I was to ever get dementia, like I could never forget the life that I lived because I left my digital footprint, right? Not for you, selfishly, it's for me. It's for me, it's for my kids, it's for my family to look back at. I don't know, just cause like, I don't know, if God puts the desire for you to do something great in your heart, I think you should act on it. For the sake of yourself and for the sake of the world. So, long story short, keep your promises. Keep your promises to yourself, Yusuf. And watch how life changes. I'll see you.